We have a lot to cover in today's video, so I'm just going to jump right in and we're going to review my goals that I set for February and then move on to setting goals for March. Okay, first let's go over my 2025 reading goals, see if I've done any of them. Obviously, I haven't read 100 books. I haven't started the Throne of Glass series yet. Sorry, that was so dramatic. I actually hated that I just did that, but I was going to start it last month and then it just wasn't the time. I feel like now I should just wait for the fall. I don't know. I feel like that makes sense in my head, so maybe in the fall time. Start Magnolia Park series. I have not done that yet. I feel like spring, summer, though, is a good time, so maybe soon. Finish 2 series. I have done that. I think I finished 3 when I did my finishing series reading vlog. Read a new genre. I don't think I have yet. How many books have I even read this year? That's a great question. Is anyone else annoyed by how Goodreads changed the reading challenge this year? Because it used to tell me right here how many books I've read, how ahead I was, and now it's you have to click it and it's confusing. I don't know if that's just me. Okay, 14. That's not that good. That's not that bad, I guess. Moving on. Have I read any of the 25 books? Let's see if I can check off any more of the 25 books for 2025. No. Yes, I read As Good as Dead. Cinder, no. Oh, I read Book Lovers. Oh, I read The Housemaid. I didn't even know. I forgot that was even on here. Okay, that's pretty good. I feel like I'm doing pretty good and we're getting good progress on that list because I really want to finish it this year, so hopefully I do. Okay, now moving on to the goals I set for February. I don't know why the picture isn't up there anymore. Wait. Where is it? Where'd it go? What? Hello? Where are they? Hold on, please hold. Okay, I'm back. I literally had to go watch my video from last month and then put in my TBR and goals from last month. I don't know how it got deleted, but it's fine. We're here now, so we can go over it now. I can already tell you I didn't finish my February TBR, but we do have a few more days of February right now. By the time I'm filming this, it's February 24th, so I have 4 more days. You'll have to just wait and see for my wrap up if I finish them and what I thought about these books, but I'll quickly check off the ones that I did read. I read Betting on You. I read A Novel Love Story. I read Book Lovers. Okay, 3. Not terrible. Okay, for the goals, read 3 romance books. I did that. Read at least 1 book from... Yes, I did that. Listen to 3 audiobooks. Let me see. Yes, I definitely listened to 3. Read all the books on my... Nope. And read a new release. No, I haven't done that yet. I don't think I will either, but maybe. Not too bad, but I definitely was a little bit ambitious with my TBR. A lot of it was romance, and then I feel like I'm not the biggest romance reader, but I really wanted to try to read romance during February. I feel like I did okay. I read a few of them. Moving on to March, I'm not going to set my TBR right now because I want to go look at my shelves, kind of feel out the vibes, and then I'll go in and write it down later. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that's what I did last month, and then I never went back and wrote it down. But this time I will do it, I promise. But we can go over my goals. So this month I really want to focus on mood reading because last month I kind of made a really more strict TBR, and then towards the end of the month I was kind of tired of it, as you saw, and didn't really feel like finishing it. So I want to focus on mood reading more this month. I'm going to say listen to 5 audiobooks for this month. I'm slowly trying to get more audiobooks back into my routine. I kind of stopped them for a little bit and now I'm getting back into them, so I want to listen to 5. This month I do want to read a new release for sure. And for this goal, I'm going to count new releases from either February or March because there were some from last month that I didn't get to. So I might read those in March. We'll see. And later I'm going to talk about all of the new releases coming out in March that I'm somewhat interested in, so we can discuss those. Since I'm focusing on mood reading, I don't want to be so specific on my goals because I don't know how I'm going to feel. I do want to start the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy and hopefully finish it. So I'm going to write it, but we'll see. Broken Heart trilogy. Okay, that's not how you spell trilogy. There we go. Okay, those are all of my goals. I'm just going to keep it nice and short and sweet and simple this month. That way, hopefully, I'll finish all of them and accomplish them. Next, we need to clean up this area, my reading corner. There's books thrown all over the floor from when I've been recording, and we need to reshelf them, reorganize. But before I do that, I want to share the 2 books I got recently before I put them up on the shelf. The first book I got at this local bookstore near me that sells used books, and I got the Homewreckers by Mary Kay Andrews. I've heard good things about this author. She has a lot of cute little romance books. And right here in the blurb, it says love, murder, and faulty wiring. So immediately I was hooked on it and I just bought it. So let's see what the back says. Haiti Kavanaugh went to work restoring homes for Kavanaugh and Son Restorations at 18. Married the boss's son at 20 and became a widow at 25. Oh my gosh, I feel like I just went through so many emotions in that first sentence. Now she's passionate about her work, but that's the only passion in her life. Never fall in love with anything that can't love you back is advice her father-in-law gives her. But Haiti doesn't follow it and falls head over heels for a money pit of a house. She's determined to make it work, but disaster after disaster occurs and Haiti's dream might cost Kavanaugh and Son their livelihood. Haiti needs money and fast. When a slick Hollywood producer shows up in her hometown of Savannah, Georgia. Hello. Not my hometown, but I live in Georgia, so that's kind of crazy. She gets a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to star in a beach house renovation reality show called The Homewreckers, cast against a male lead who may be a love interest or may be the ultimate antagonist. That's all I'm going to read because I feel like I'm at least hooked. I hope you are because this sounds like a really fun read. I feel like this would be like a nice light summer read. I don't know. I feel like I might even bring this on my honeymoon. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I'm going on my honeymoon in November. Wait, no, I'm not. October. And I feel like this would be like a good book to read like on the beach that's not like too beachy and not like too summery. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind and read it over the summer. I don't know, but this sounds really good. I'm glad I picked this up and it was only like $4, so. Then I went to Half Price Books the other day. I made a whole TikTok about it and the store that I bought the Homewreckers from if you're curious about it. But I ended up picking up The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, who is the same author that wrote The Flatshare, and I actually really enjoyed The Flatshare. I liked the writing and the characters, so I decided to pick up another book by her. I've heard a little bit about this book. I don't know if it's set on Valentine's Day, but I know there's like 3 women and a guy, and like he's like dating all 3 of them, which like, yes, that sounds terrible, but I know I've seen reviews that's like, yes, it sounds terrible, but like it makes sense and it's like a really cute book from like what I've heard. The little blurb on the back says 3 women who seemingly, why can't I speak today? 3 women who seemingly have nothing in common find that they're involved with the same man in this smart new rom-com by Beth O'Leary. See, you're automatically like, but I feel like there's going to be some sort of thing that like makes it make sense. Oh, it is on Valentine's Day. Well, maybe I'll wait till next year to read this. That's just how I am. Like if a book is set on Valentine's Day, I have to read it around Valentine's Day and it is past that. So maybe I'll wait till next year to read it, or maybe I'll get in a mood to just read a book about Valentine's Day when it's not Valentine's Day. I can't say whether or not I will, but I feel like this would be cute to read next year on Valentine's Day. And I don't have one that I'm currently saving, so maybe this will be the one. But it sounds cute. It sounds like interesting, like I'm gonna read it and be like, do I hate this man, yes or no, throughout like the whole book. So we'll see. Oh, my pretzel. Okay, now I have to clean up this entire gigantic mess. You can stay there, so I'm not making you move.
Cool. Yeah, some of those will be nice. Yeah.
Now we could pick out our March TBR. Like I said, I'm going to be focusing a lot on mood reading, so there's not going to be a whole lot of books going on the TBR. That way I can like just read whatever I want to read. Really quickly, I'll go over what's kind of like on my radar right now that I think I might read with like mood reading. I'm filming a mood reading vlog as well, so look out for that soon. I just recently read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and I really enjoyed that book, so I feel like I might move on to the second book soon. I think it's The Housemaid's Secret is the second book. The Housemaid's Secret and then The Housemaid is Watching. I might move on to those books if I feel like it eventually, so those are on there. I also feel like I really want to read a fantasy book, so I might read Quicksilver or Heartless Hunter. I know the second book in that series, or duology, I'm not quite sure, just came out, so I feel like I want to read the first one. I've heard lots of good things about both of those books, so I feel like I would enjoy that, and I think they're both on Kindle Unlimited. I know for sure Quicksilver is. I feel like those are the only books that are like currently on the top of my mind to like maybe get to soon. But moving on to like a physical copy, I do want to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy like I said earlier. I haven't started the first book yet, but I feel like I will before February is over, so I'm not putting the first book on here because it's still on my February TBR. But I will put the second book on there. It's The Ballad of Never After. I don't have the third book yet, but that's also technically on my TBR because I feel like I'll want to read the series like pretty quickly after each other. I feel like I'll be like wrapped up in the world and want to finish it. So I'm going to put this one on here, and then we can just pretend like the third book is on there as well. Now I'm going to pick at least one book from the 25 books of 2025. I think I might only pick one just because, like I said, I'm in the mood reading mood, but if I feel like grabbing another one throughout the month, I will. This has helped me, like, staring me in the face because, like, I see them all the time and I'm like, okay, I need to read these. Like, I want to see the pile diminishing. So let's see what I'm in the mood for. Not A Little Life. I can put that right back down. Honestly, I kind of feel like I've been getting the itch to read a Kristen Hanna book. I don't know why, because I've never read one, but I just keep seeing them, like, on my For You page, and I'm like, I kind of want to read it. I've watched the show Firefly Lane, but I've never read the book, so I feel like this would be like a good starting point because I know the story, and I feel like it'll let me know if I like Kristen Hanna's writing, and then maybe we can move on to another one. But this is like kind of thick. That's the problem. I'm gonna put it on there, and then we'll see if I end up reading it. Like I said, mood reading, so my TBR is not super strict, but I do feel like it would be nice to read a Kristen Hanna book because I really want to move on to her other ones. Nothing's like screaming out at me right now, so I feel like we're just gonna do one. I also do want to read Scythe and Sparrow soon. This one just came out. It's like the third book in the Butcher and Blackbird series. I don't know what it's called, but I did like Butcher and Blackbird. I didn't like the second book, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one, but I do like have the itch to like try it out because I'm like just curious to see if I like it. And I do like the characters that are supposed to be in this book, so I think I would like it. So I'm gonna put it on here and we'll see. Stop! It's a little crooked right now, so it stays up. Okay, now just for fun, I'm gonna pick a book with a green cover for March. I have like a few options I think could be fun. Oh, I could just go in with the Assassin's Blade, but I don't think I'm gonna do that, but it is green. Like I said, I think I'm gonna wait for fall now. I just don't think it's the right time right now. I could go with A Study in Drowning. I think that could be good. It's like fantasy, and I need fantasy right now. Oh, I could do Pride and Prejudice. Let me grab it. Very two different vibes. I feel like I will want this. I think I want to read this, but I think I need to be like in the perfect mood for this book. I do want to read it though. Actually, I think I'm going to put both on there and then just decide when the mood strikes which one I want to read. Maybe I'll read both. We'll see. But I feel like they're so different that like I don't know what mood I'm going to be in, and I can just pick whatever one based off my mood. Because I do want to read both of these eventually, hopefully this year. We're going to put this one over here though. Okay, this is my TBR. I feel like it's kind of short or small, but I did mention a few like Kindle Unlimited books I want to read, and I'll probably listen to some audiobooks, but this is all for like my physical TBR. I have Pride and Prejudice, The Ballad of Never After, Firefly Lane, Scythe and Sparrow, and then A Study in Drowning. Lastly, for today's video, I want to go over a few new releases that are coming out in March. Some of them are like kind of on my radar. I might get to them. Like I said, mood reading, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to keep repeating it, but some of them I'm not like particularly interested in, but I still want to like discuss them with you guys and explain why. So let's get into them. On March 1st, The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez comes out, and the reason I'm not like running to pick this book up is because it takes place on Valentine's Day, and like I said earlier in this video, I don't like to read books that are like based on Valentine's Day when it's not Valentine's Day, if that makes sense. I do think this will be like a cute, light, fluffy romance read, but I just don't think I'll read it this year. I do think I'll save it for next year and read it because I do like Abby Jimenez's writing and her characters and the way that she makes her characters feel like real people. I'll probably wait till next year to read it though. On March 4th, Finley Donovan Digs Her Own Grave comes out, and the only reason I'm not reading this right now is because I still haven't read the third book, or the one that came before this. I don't know if it's third or fourth, but I haven't listened to that one yet. I've listened to all the other ones, so I'm still waiting on my hold for that last book before I can read this one that comes out, but I will read it eventually. It's just not going to be this month, but I do really like the Finley Donovan series. I think it's such like a fun, cozy mystery. And while I do feel like it is a little bit dragged out maybe at this point, I do think they're just like fun and like refreshing reads, and I love Finley and I love like her personality, and I think she's so funny, so I will be reading them, just not this month like I said. Also on March 4th is While We're Young by K.L. Walther. I believe she's the same author that wrote The Summer of Broken Rules, and I did really enjoy The Summer of Broken Rules more than I thought I would, so I am interested in this book. I just think I might wait till summer to read it. A romance inspired by Ferris Bueller's Day Off about four friends whose hearts are broken and mended over the course of an epic senior skip day, from the best-selling author of The Summer of Broken Rules. Okay, so it's actually not based in the summer, so maybe I will be reading it before then. I think this would be a really fun book to read, and it's like a different take on a romance. I've also never read a book kind of like Bueller. What's the name? I just completely lost it. Oh, Ferris Bueller. I just combined his first and last name. I also want to watch that movie again. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but anyways, I think that'll be a very interesting book. I do want to read it. I just don't know exactly when. 2 books come out on March 13th. The first is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Yes, I said that right. By Lori Gilmore, who was the same author that wrote The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, The Christmas Tree Farm, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, something like that. And I haven't had the best track record with Lori Gilmore. I mean, I've only read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, but I really did not enjoy that book, so I'm kind of been hesitant to read the other ones. Also, it's like not Christmas or fall, so like I'm not about to read those right now. I might try the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Maybe I'll wait to see what other people think of it before I give it a try, because I just don't know if I like the really like fluffy, cheesy romance books anymore. But if you like those, I think this will be really cute. And the cover and like the title is really cute. I just don't think it's like enough realness for me. It's not like deep enough for me, I guess, in a way. Also on March 13th, Close Protection by Eden Victoria comes out, which I will be reading that book. I don't know when, but I do really want to read it because I love Eden Victoria. She's on TikTok. I love a lot of her videos. She makes a lot of videos like where she talks about what she does and doesn't like in books, where she like kind of talks about covers and like what she doesn't and does like about them, and she just has like this beautiful British accent, and she like talks so soothingly, and it's so beautiful to listen to, and I love all of her opinions. And she wrote a book, so I definitely want to read it and try it out. I'm pretty sure it's like a bodyguard romance. I'm gonna look it up really quick. The thrilling fake dating bodyguard romance YA debut from Book Talk content creator of the year Eden Victoria. That sounds like it's gonna be good, and I feel like since she reads a lot of books, she knows like what people love and don't like, so I'm curious to see if like she writes like a really amazing book that like everyone will enjoy. I don't know. I feel like, I know reading's subjective, so like not everyone's gonna love her book, but I think with like being a reader that she's gonna come out with something like very entertaining and different, I think. So I'm excited to try it. Lastly, for the books that I'm like kind of interested in or just like have on my immediate radar is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This comes out on March 18th. I haven't read the rest of the Hunger Games series. I have it, so maybe it'll encourage me to read all of those and then read the new one. I do want to read the new one because I don't think I can wait a whole extra year, I think, until the movie comes out. So I don't know. I want to read it. I might just read it and then go back and read the rest of the series. I might do a whole reading vlog where I read the whole series plus the new book. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think I should do. But I do think I'll read it. I just don't think it'll be this month. I think it'll probably be like next month. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let me know what books are on your radar for this month, or if there's any new releases that I missed that you guys are really interested in. I would love to know. And that's going to be the end of today's video. I know I talked a lot. Thank you for staying with me if you stayed this far in the video. I love you. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon in my next video.